Welcome back, travelers. If it isn't the unholy trinity of political vanity projects, cybersecurity negligence, and international skullduggery, strap in because what you're about to read is a speculative deep dive into how a perfect storm of executive overreach, strategic incompetence, and a little help from our old friends in Moscow could make billions, if not trillions, of United States taxpayer dollars disappear into the digital ether. Let's set the stage. President Trump, fresh off his latest round of America First proclamations, and undoubtedly inspired by his very own Trump meme coin, decides the United States should take its financial future into its own hands by betting big on cryptocurrency. With a flourish of his pen, he signs an executive order mandating that the United States Treasury reallocate a significant portion of its reserves into cryptocurrency. The rationale? Modernization of the economy and diversification of national assets. Because nothing screams fiscal responsibility quite like throwing the weight of the United States government behind an unregulated, volatile financial market best known for dog coins and speculative bubbles. Naturally, this executive order sidesteps Congress entirely. Why get bogged down in bureaucracy when you can fast-track America's entry into the Web 3.0 casino? Enter Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, a man whose foreign policy experience consists mostly of cable news soundbites and book deals. Hegseth, under orders from the White House, issues a stunning directive to key agencies like the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, the Department of Defense, and the National Security Agency: stop watching Russia. The justification? A new doctrine of strategic trust, a totally unhinged diplomatic pivot meant to foster better relations with Moscow. The real reason? Well, it just so happens that Russia is about to pull off one of the largest cyber heists in history, and they'd prefer to do it without the United States peeking over their shoulder. This directive effectively neuters America's cybersecurity defenses. Agencies that once monitored and intercepted Russian cyber threats are now twiddling their thumbs while their adversaries gear up for the ultimate payday. Now that the United States has thrown itself headfirst into the crypto market, without safeguards, without oversight, and with a national security apparatus distracted by political posturing, it's game time for Russia. Putin's cyber warfare units, specifically groups like Fancy Bear APT-28 and Cozy Bear APT-29, get to work. The first attack vector? Hacking into major United States-based cryptocurrency exchanges and brokerages, Coinbase, Kraken, Binance, and the like. Using a mix of zero-day exploits, supply chain attacks, and good old-fashioned phishing, these Russian operatives infiltrate exchange servers and begin executing transaction sniping tactics. Here's how it works. Using insider access, they monitor when large-scale crypto purchases from the United States Treasury are about to be executed. Before those orders go through, Russian wallets flood the market, buy up the supply, and jack up the prices, essentially forcing America to buy high and sell low. Wallet interception attacks would employ Russian hackers that deploy man-in-the-middle attacks to redirect United States government transactions to Moscow-controlled wallets. Billions in taxpayer-funded Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, yes, it's a thing, get siphoned away in seconds. To cover their tracks and create chaos, Russian operatives trigger liquidity crises in U.S. exchanges, causing mass withdrawals and bankruptcies. Think FTX, but on steroids and orchestrated by an actual government. Within 48 hours, billions, possibly even trillions, vanish from the United States Treasury's crypto holdings. Public panic ensues. The White House denies everything. We did not lose taxpayer money, fake news. The blockchain says otherwise. Congress demands answers. How did an executive order authorize this with no oversight? It was a national security matter, obviously. Crypto markets systematically collapse after investors realize that the United States government just got rug pulled by Vladimir Putin in an orchestrated nation-state attack. Russia suddenly has trillions in untraceable funds. A neat trick when you're under crushing economic sanctions, wouldn't you say? Who pays the price? Legally? A disaster. The executive order, hastily written and questionably constitutional, immediately triggers dozens of lawsuits. Members of Congress, the SEC, and even international regulators demand an inquiry. The Federal Reserve, having already opposed crypto adoption at a national level, is furious. The NSA, now fully aware of the extent of the Russian cyber operation, starts throwing every intelligence agency under the bus. And then, the House of Representatives finally does something useful: impeachment hearings. Ethically, This is a worst-case scenario of political hubris colliding with digital finance. It exposes just how fragile national security becomes when financial policy and cyber policy are dictated by political whims instead of expertise. While this expose is speculative, it should scare the hell out of anyone who understands cybersecurity, digital finance, or geopolitics. Why would the President of the United States, theoretically, order the Treasury to invest in crypto without congressional approval? A well-orchestrated Russian cyber attack could drain a nation's digital assets within hours, given the right conditions. And the kicker? Nobody would be able to recover those funds. In an era where crypto, cyber warfare, and geopolitics are more intertwined than ever, this isn't just a conspiracy theory, it's a blueprint for how bad policy could lead to global catastrophe. But hey, at least we'd have Trump coin.